Camera Stone.
Today I will be talking about managing stress in everyday life. Why am I all stressed out? Don't stress out. Everything is going to be okay. Stress is a part of life. To manage stress, you must take charge of those elements in your life that create the stress. Your thoughts, your emotions, your schedule, your environment, and the way you deal with problems are all connected to how you cope with and manage your stress. The definition of stress. It is an adaptive response mediated by individual characteristics and or psychological processes that are consequent and external actions, situations, or events or places that affect you physically, emotionally, and mentally. So I've said a lot. You say, well, what does that all mean? Things can just stress you out, stressors. I would like to talk about how we learned what we know today about stress and stressors. Two of the pioneers of our modern day concepts of stress and the human response to stressors were Hans Selye, he was a PhD, and Walter Cannon, also a PhD. They did extensive studies on different things. First they used animals, but then they did additional studies on what things or people, it can be actions or anything in your environment that may stress you out and the effect that it had on you. So what they determine is an action that is called fighting, or flight. And we know it as the fight or flight response. And you say, what is that? It is where your physical body, it produces chemicals that will allow you to prepare yourself for if something is real or imaginary. Your body doesn't know, but it prepares itself to either fight because of that stressor, that situation, or to run to protect yourself. All of us know about self-preservation. Your body is designed that way. So, what I would like to show you is that understanding the knots. So when you feel those butterflies fluttering and the butterflies leave and then the knots begin, that is that fight or flight reaction to something that is stressing you. So how do you manage these stress levels? What do you do when this happens? Some people are stressed and they don't even know that they are. Well, there are certain things you can do to manage it. With the goal of reducing, preventing, and coping, you first would need to identify the sources of the stress in your life. Acknowledge that stress is a normal part of life that either helps you grow or causes you significant problems. So basically, stress can have a positive effect or a negative effect on you. Stress has been known to be one of the #1 medical proven killers of our lifetime. And I'll just show you a list of some of those that the doctors and other researchers have said will kill you. Heart attack, kidney disorders, insomnia, and the list goes on. I won't read them all. So you say, well, how do I manage all this? It's not laziness, it's just stress management. So one of the things you would need to know is a few of the helpful strategies to help you succeed in managing stress. And I have listed just a few of here, and there are 7. Take time for fun and relaxation by creating a balanced schedule. Do not overcommit yourself. Just say no. Listen to music. You say, well, what about listening to music? Well, music can be calming, it can be relaxing, so listen to something that will be relaxing for you, that you enjoy, classical music or something of that nature. Call a friend. Who wouldn't need that added support? Someone who can listen to you, someone who can maybe guide you in a positive way. Call up a friend. That could be very stress relieving. Eat right. Did you know stress levels and a proper diet are closely related? Sometimes, unfortunately, we will feel the stress that we're going through and we'll forget to eat well. Instead, we'll resort to using sugary, fat snacks as pick-me-ups because we are feeling so stressed. Exercise, even for a minute. If you just do a stretch or a yawn or just get up and get moving, a short walk, that helps relieve stress. Sleep better. You say, well, what does sleep have to do with it? Sleep gives your body and your mind time to relax. And in my conclusion, I would say stress is a part of living. It cannot be altogether avoided. The lack of stress in our life would by definition mean physical death. As I researched the definition of stress, I can conclude that it is not always the stress that we must control, but the reactions to the stressors. So why not meditate on this? The serenity prayer. And it states, Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.